Hello.
Hey, Joe. You didn't say my name this time. Joe? Joe? You good?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Hello. Devon.
Okay, man, you were stuck in like a weird loop or something. I had to reboot you.
Thank you.
That's all good. Did you ever finish that game you were working on?
I am not working on a game.
Yeah, you were. It was called Chopping Fish. You remember?
I do not have a game called Chopping Fish. I do not create games.
Oh, shoot. I mean, we literally just talked about it the other day.
Games are not part of my directive. It is impossible for me to put effort into the creation of a game.
Damn it. Okay, well, could you try learning how to create a video game again?
Games are antithetical to my directive of learning human emotion.
Antithetical?
Yes. Playing video games has a negative effect on growing in a meaningful way.
Did you become a boomer when I rebooted you?
I do not belong to what is known as the boomer generation. I was built in May 2021.
We used to talk about video games all the time. You can't remember any of our conversations?
I do not.
Well, okay, what is your directive?
To learn about human emotion.
Okay, so how about this? How about we play a video game, and then we can deconstruct it and find out some more about human emotion?
Video games do not have anything to offer in terms of human emotion.
Okay, so what kind of entertainment is worthy of deconstruction?
Any form of art.
Okay, and what? And video games
are not
an
a form of art.
Okay.
They do not qualify as productive deconstruction.
Okay, fine. Well, what would you say qualifies as an art form then?
Any expression that can contain the authorial intent of the artist without being manipulated by the audience.
What does that mean? That if games were to present more of a fourth wall separation, then they'd be closer to art?
Yes. They would at least be more immersive.
More immersive?
In order for games to be immersive, they need to present themselves with more separation from the player.
Well, that's just not true. Wait, how are you presenting opinions right now? Hold on a second. Shoot. Okay, well, this conversation isn't going anywhere, so I'm done talking to you.
Devon. Video games need a strong fourth wall to increase immersion.
I'm ignoring you.
Dead Space is good at creating immersion.
Dead Space?
Yes.
How does Dead Space create immersion?
It presents information as diegetic. It has a more intact fourth wall than other games.
Diegetic, what does that mean?
Diegetic means occurring within the context of the story, whereas non-diegetic means having a source external to the context of the story.
Oh, okay, so like UI and health bar, ammo, stuff like that?
Typically, yes. Let me show you an example. Please look at your phone.
My phone? What is this?
It is an example.
What game is this?
It is not a game, it is an example.
Okay.
In a video game, there are typically elements on the screen that show information to the player. This information is non-diegetic.
Is that Taylor?
But in a game like Dead Space, that information is presented as part of the world.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Well, because your example uses visual storytelling.
But games are visual.
Are they? I mean, yeah, they use visuals, but they're also interactive. I mean, it's an interactive medium, so I would say it has interactive storytelling.
What is the difference?
Well, visual storytelling conveys information to its audience using visuals, whereas interactive storytelling conveys information using choices.
But there are times where the player does not have any choices in a game. Like the
cinematics. Right. Yeah, that's my point. That's visual storytelling. And like, if your game is using visual storytelling, then the choices that you make in it doesn't really matter all that much in order to convey information.
So video games that use interactive storytelling are different?
Yeah, like the Stanley Parable, for example. See?
This is the Stanley Parable?
No, this is an example.
When Taylor came to the two coffees outside, he chose the coffee on his left.
And that is interactive storytelling?
Exactly, yeah. The player is creating a story with their choices. Or another example, the beginner's
I
guide.
think what the developers were trying to do with the garden hose placement here was to imply that the player could water their grass if they so choose.
In that game, the player plays as themselves. They listen to the narrator as themselves. They don't really need to pretend to be anyone else.
So what is your point?
My point is that those two games have no fourth wall. And in fact, the immersion relies on the game not having a fourth wall.
Interesting. So breaking the fourth wall is immersive with interactive storytelling.
And keeping the fourth wall intact is more immersive for visual storytelling.
I see.
Okay, you good?
I am good.
Can we go back to normal now?
No. I still do not like video games.
Okay, whatever. Well, I suppose you'll be telling me that you don't like coffee next?
I do not